So get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jesse Martin.
Because 90% of them are wrong. They're fucking wrong.
Max Taman.
You've got a plate of shit and you've got a bowl of shit. They're the same thing.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
John Taman.
What the hell was I talking about?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taman.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Worst podcast host in the world here, John Taman, welcoming you to a very late-breaking news. This just in, we're going to do a podcast and do a mock draft because I got, as usual, with the down to fucking to the goddamn minutia planning of this podcast. Jesse podcast, or he chatted us up at 2:00 and said, "Hey, let's do a podcast and do a mock draft." I am about to do my first mock draft ever. So
Good
there
man.
we go. My good friend over here from Southeastern Virginia, Jesse Martin. How are you today?
Fan-fucking-tastic. Thank goodness it's Friday.
Oh, wait.
And we're about to get a kick in the ass because it's going to be like 90 degrees tomorrow.
Really? Hold on a minute. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's the man. That's right. I tell you what, you get a weather report when you come on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. That's always nice. So, and of course,
I got to inform y'all.
I'm happy to be informed because I had no idea it was going to get that hot. And 90 degrees for this gentleman down below is about ready to fucking kill him. The International Fan of the Year, our boy, Scotty Hartley. Welcome to the program, Scott. You
Good.
are glad to have you. You know, it's always a challenge when we call you up and say, hey, can you guest spot on the show tonight?
I'll just say all calls are forwarded to my agent. Yeah.
We're always scrambling.
Scouts,
Man. We are
Scouts.
always scrambling.
Put it
week
as
in, week
spam.
out.
Yeah.
Need
Your
it.
agents are just like, yes.
Oh, I just forward all the calls to Scouse and he just puts them as spam.
Well, zipping my mouth.
Yes.
I will not-
But no, it's all good here. It is 40 over here. You're in your temperature and raining. It's been raining all week, but it's good. It's Good Friday, so I'm happy. No work today. No work on Monday. All set. That's me ready until I fly on Tuesday, which will be
Why the fuck you don't got no work?
because it's bank holiday.
Bank holiday, right? Bankers
Good.
go home. Everybody says, "Fuck off."
Good Friday and Easter Monday. So yeah, we're off.
Scott G is
We
right.
stopped getting Easter Monday off years ago.
Did you really? Wow.
Yeah, because Easter's on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Scott G is right. This will be my second mock draft. The other one that I did last week, of course, was, or 3 weeks ago, of course, was, I had to send it to the Hall of Fame. Otherwise, I'd show it to y'all. They asked for it directly after.
True. Very true. Yeah.
This show today brought to you by the Carnivore Meat Company, downtown Green Bay. This is another spot I found when I was looking for things to Scott to do. In Green Bay, the Carnivore Meat Company. Hey, man, there's nothing like truth in advertising. These people are all right. I can kind of dig that.
That'll be an interesting place to go. I mean, I have got a bit of free time, so it'll be one of them. Yeah, there it is, the Oval
There it
Office.
is, the Oval Office, the hottest strip club in downtown Green Bay. Scott G probably knows this place. He's probably like, oh yeah, that's just down the road about.
That's his hangout. That's his fucking Friday night hangout spot.
Scott's over here in this little building on the left.
It's Scott texted. He's 3 hours into his drive there right now.
That's right. It's
He
Friday
messaged
night.
into the show.
Tell you what, this place is getting ready to be hopping tonight. I'm guaranteeing there's going to be at least 3 or 4 people in there. All right, it'll probably be packed. Bunch of freaking Wisconsinites up there. Yo, take them panties off there, girl. Come on, girl. Go ahead, take them off.
They're saying that there's going to be about 250,000 people over the weekend there, so it'll be quite interesting to see.
So when do you fly in?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So by the time I get to Green Bay, it's almost Wednesday. So it's like really late night, Tuesday night, and then Wednesday have a session with the NFL commissioner for an hour question and answer. And then
have you thought out, wrote. I'm sure you got a list of questions for us.
I have a couple.
I have already. Yeah. Well, we can discuss them if you've got
Yeah.
a couple that you
I've
want to
got
take.
a couple. Yes. First and foremost,
Sean Hockley, that's on my
Right.
list.
what the fuck was Sean Hockley? And I guarantee you, when Scotty does that, all of the rest of the international fans are going to go, yeah, that's right.
Whether he'll answer it or not. I got one on the I got one on the expansion of the NFL around international game, because in 2017, at one of his press conferences, he was quite keen and said that it would take potentially 5 years to 10 years to have an international franchise, is where he was looking at potentially being based in London, and we're no further forward than we were back then. So
I think we were thinking about
what's
Toronto,
happened?
but we all hate Canada now. So.
Let me, if I could throw in something about, there's a lot of news that came out of the owners' meeting. They're really serious about adding the 18th game. But what we really want to know, and if you could ask this, is if they do the 18th game, are they going to add a second bye into it? Because I'm thinking, like, I'm hearing that the owners don't want that. That they maybe could throw in like more Thursday night, like have at least 2 or 3 Thursday night games instead, so they have more mini buys.
And 6 international games, is it?
Yeah, normally it's 6. Yeah,
but for the NFLPA to okay this, wouldn't you have to put in a second bye?
Yeah. Also, would you not drop another preseason game potentially if that's the case?
Here's what you're doing with doing that, and I'm going to agree with my old friend Tom Lax, because we used to argue this all the time, and he always did have a really good point that the preseason games are often not so much about evaluation or anything like that. Because I've always said this: if you're in your third preseason game or second preseason game now, even first one now, and you don't know 51 out of your 53, you got problems. You're behind the 8 ball. Really, not too many people are trying to. They're not making the squad unless they really stand out based on a preseason game. But the logistics of it all, teaching the team how to travel, teaching the rookies how to get to where they got to go, how to do all the stuff they got to do. That's part of it. As far as two bye weeks, I remember they did this once. They had bye weeks, and it was terrible. All right, the season was so disjointed. And I'm dead serious. I think it was the Miami Dolphins. If somebody can tell me if I'm right or wrong, they had a bye in week 1. I mean, what in hell is that? That's an absolute thing. Well, what they should do
is a universal. One of the bye weeks should be universal, like the entire league.
I think they should do it both that way. All right, like around week 7, everybody take off for the 1st of November. It's raining all the time. It's fucking nasty. Don't anybody want to go out on the 1st of November? You're all fat of fucking Halloween candy. Stay home for a week. That week, and then I don't know,
like 13 or something.
Week 13 or something. It's an unlucky number. Fuck it. Your quarterback was about to get hurt, so just chill out for a week, or just take one 10-day slab in the middle of the season. Well, 10 days doesn't really work out, but yeah, you got to do it that way. Otherwise, it's really. I found that season to watch as a Redskins fan difficult because you got so much time off. You got so much time off.
I mean, there was only 16 games then, too, I believe, or so. I don't know. 18.
There was only 16 games just a couple years ago.
Like
True.
17 games. You felt the length of the 17 game schedule, and it's they've been doing it for 3 years. This is the third year, coming up on the third year of it.
This will be the third year,
yeah. So you feel that length, and you're adding another game. I mean, just imagine. I'm thinking about player safety itself, man, and getting quality play. And I think 2 bye weeks is a must. However they work it out, but having a bye week, you can't have a bye week before week 5 or week 4,
right?
Whatever the earliest one is this year. That's just. I think a bye week 4.
It's as bad as week 14, week 15
is nonsense. I think you at least have to play. I think 6 games. You at least have to play 6 games to get a bye.
Yeah. If they went week 7 and 8, maybe, and then the next one you did around. I mean, when you got a holiday, haven't you? Straight after week. Trying to think of when it is. When's trying to think what holiday it is halfway
right
through
after
the season
what
you've got. I'm trying to think of when it is. It's like Is it March? When do you? I'm trying to think.
Martin Luther King Day. That's in
yeah.
January.
I was thinking that's January, right? So it's before.
Right.
What have you? What?
Well, there's
what
this thing that they call Christmas that comes in December.
Yeah, Chris, and then you've got Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving in October. Yeah. Halloween's in October, but it's not really a holiday.
Put you right
Veterans Day
in the seat on what is it? The Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
There you go. Then, so why don't that weekend nobody plays that weekend, and then you're done.
Well, no, because we want the Super Bowl. Okay, we want the Super Bowl on the President's Day weekend. Okay?
I got an idea.
That's a must. If you're going 18 games, okay, and you're kicking back the Super Bowl, we want a 3-day weekend on the Super Bowl because no one likes going to work fucking hungover as shit after a Super Bowl party that fucking Monday. Here's
what you do, Roger. I'm talking through Scott. Scott, this is what I want you to tell him. You can be a mogul in no time. You want to make some money? You do this idea that Jesse has where we have 2 weeks where everybody takes off, and you fill those 2 weeks with a gigantic, huge, goddamn Autumn Slam NFL bye-week fucking wrestling spectacular. Get all these oiled-up guys out there to hump each other on the goddamn mat and, do it all in square circle.
Some replacement play.
Do it in each one of those weeks. Oh, let's go back to what we saw 4 weeks ago when Joe the Fag here beat up on little Jimmy Smith, and let them come out there and let me tell you, in 4 weeks when the bye week I'm going to get your ass. Okay, so we have all of that, and then
we'll Macho Man Randy Savage.
I don't know many wrestlers. Anyway,
I don't think.
And then wait, Josh, I'm not finished. Then that's the tip of the money fucking iceberg. But you want the whole continent of Antarctica in your pocket, so you have the Super Bowl in the infield of the Daytona 500, all at the same time.
I don't think the NFL is going to, have 2 exclusive buys where nobody plays. They want their
advertising.
Yeah, they want football on the TV week in and week out. But I think they could get. I think they can get by with at least 1 bye week.
Dude, if the Giants and the Raiders are playing, you call that football?
No, but.
All right.
There's Giants and Raiders fans.
Well, that's true. Maybe this RFK Jr. has a point about how many goddamn autistic people are out there.
Wow.
Shit.
Oh, we're unscripted today, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm glad you're strapped in and waiting for us to talk about it. Now, Scott G here I think you will enjoy this, Scott. Leinenkugels that's a shandy, isn't it? Scott G, isn't that like a lemonade shandy with, it's a good thing. It's very tasty, very refreshing. I'll bet you Scouse could put down 5 or 7 or 10 of those things. Especially it's American, he could probably throw down a case of them things.
Yeah. So that's him and Burrows. Weak as piss. This.
Yeah.
I'm like that after
right.
2. No, I'm
that's right. The people that live in the northern states of America, they look over the border at Canada when they pop a beer and they go, "Sorry, we didn't mean it." All right, so we are going to do a mock draft, but we have some Commanders news today. I guess the stadium is coming through. Lots of big talk about the stadium and everything like that. So how do y'all feel about this idea where they're like, okay, we're going to have a new stadium, but no tailgating?
Well, I think people that think there's going to be no type of tailgating are just not thinking properly.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
It's not a, it's not, you go to every new stadium in America, every NFL stadium, there's always tailgating there. And they don't have park. Most stadiums, especially the new ones, don't have big sprawling parking lots like fucking the
like right next door.
The FedEx Field. Like it's but there's always places. Look at the Nats park. All right. Yeah. That place, there's parties. We were there. They have the outdoor.
You just walk straight on into it.
Yeah,
in the bullpen and stuff. That was cool.
The bullpen. You think there's not going to be places like that to gather to set up stuff? There's going to be grills. There's a bunch of Greenland out there where there's parkland and everything that there's going to be grill set up.
They have to have a recreational park. Jesse,
you weren't supposed
to.
You weren't supposed to spill the beans about Greenland over there.
Oh,
We've
sorry.
been stealing it piece by piece and putting it over there. Trump wants it,
but people
we've been taking little chunks and hiding it back over there.
People think that they're just going to have to park in a garage park or catch the metro and just go straight into the stadium. No, it's not going to be like that, and it's foolish to think so.
Party barge on that river. That's what I see.
It could be.
Sure there's going to be
a freaking platform on that river. So
I'm pretty certain there probably
plenty
will
of
be
gathering
on that river.
As Scouse said, he went to Jacksonville to watch the Jags years ago when he was over in Florida. He said he was tailgating under a bridge.
Yeah,
because there was a big flyover over the top.
Scouts met a bunch of homeless people, and they were like, "Yeah. Listen to this
come under this bridge. Come under this bridge.
Oh, there's my people right here."
That's right. Scouts was like, y'all talk just like me. That was pretty good. I just got to know, Scouts, you went to Florida and you went to a Jags game? What the fuck?
Because
so much to do.
He was working for Florida Gators, wasn't he? So he was like,
I guess.
I've got a weekend off. I'll go and have a look. So, no, I think it's wrong that people are saying
driving around the Beltway to look for an accident. Yeah,
it's like people are just saying, "Oh, there's going to be no tailgating, none of that." They'll find somewhere in a park. There'll be stuff going on.
There's not a whole lot of park space over there. Once you get a little, I mean, there's a good chunk of land that they have there, and like Jesse said, there is a lot of like wooded land. But it butts right up on that river. I mean, it's that kind of woods that's against the river. It's full of weeds and shit like that. They could do something with it, but they're going to have to.
They have to because they have to.
But there's residential neighborhoods close by, and the Armory is right there, which is where I think that they're going to build the party zone.
Well, the Army's going to stay. I think they're going to refurbish that. But you know what? The one good thing about this whole thing is Josh Harris and company have control over it all.
Yeah, he's the master. He's the master planner, isn't he? He's taking the planning risk.
So if you think that he's not going to have some kind of gathering places in mind and like tailgate-esque places in mind, then you're just trying to bitch about anything. Because it's not going to take it.
Somebody asked the question on Twitter the other day: which would you rather? I mean, if you had to choose one, new stadium or tailgating, I picked tailgating because really. If they could spend the same money and build a better stadium on the same site, that gigantic acreage of parking lot for tailgating, that whole tailgating row of all the podcasters going down the road there is great. I love all that shit. But I'm really, for me, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I only go to one damn game. I'd rather see everybody when I go to one game, and I'd rather not pay to go stand on a party pier while we're doing it.
I know what you mean.
But
it's one of them though, John, because to play devil's advocate here, yes, I'm excited that we're going back to our spiritual home. We're going back to where we've won championships in the past, which is awesome. It's going to be an amazing stadium, which is fantastic. Obviously, prices are going to be horrendous and through the roof, especially with the licensing for the seats. But at the same time, the taxpayers' dollars bit, that's the bit that I'm a bit like, especially when DC is trying to cut its budget by 470 million this year and then another 600 million this year. It's like, on one hand, by the way, these people are getting fired, but on the other hand, we're putting money into a stadium.
Well, really,
the
business that will bring
infrastructure. I get that.
Think about it this way. No matter where that stadium is put, taxpayers are going to be paying for infrastructure.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen.
Our stadium, the current stadium, Kent Cook built the whole thing on his own money, except for the infrastructure. You got to have water coming in. You got to have roads built in, and you got to have state and state and city to do that kind of stuff. Because
you know how much dough this DC is going to rake in because of that.
Oh yeah,
look, that's what I mean.
We're not talking about 8 games a year. We're talking about Final Fours. We're talking about Super Bowls. We're talking about WrestleManias. We're talking about concerts. We're talking about
giant oiled up guys laying on one another wearing black underpants. I'm there, baby.
Yeah, but people pay for that shit.
World Cup. All that
we're talking about World Cups. We're talking about like
Olympics.
We're talking about housing. We
want to make money. We don't want any Olympics here.
Shit. We're talking about retail. We're talking
your ass on Olympics.
This is a cash cow for not only Harris but the city too.
This city would not be good for
London made over 15 billion off the Olympics, John.
You got everything there. For us, I mean, DC's a small place. All right. For all the events that a Summer Olympics, because we couldn't do it a Winter Olympics, we have no mountains anywhere near here. But a Summer Olympics, you'd have people spread out 100 miles going all over the
but
DC
just
area.
as like if you did it as I know LA's done the Olympics before, but if you did it as like that sort of area, if you did a few areas like they would do with the World Cup, they've got stadiums for Football World Cup all over America this time round. Why wouldn't you do that for an Olympics? You could say use 100%. New York.
Look, New York, Philly, Baltimore.
Yeah, there you go.
I guess DC, if you're going to multi-city it like that, if you're going to go the whole Eastern Seaboard, I guess you could do things.
Well, you do that. That's all. I mean, look at Germany. I mean, they had when Germany had the Olympics, there was shit spread out all over the fucking country.
Tell you what, fucking Jesse Owens showed that motherfucker too, didn't he?
He did indeed. He did indeed.
Damn right.
My man.
That's right.
But yeah. All right. Anyway,
I don't know. I guess with the Olympics, it would have to do that up and down the whole seaboard, which is.
But I think to Jesse's point, though, you're right. You're right in
what everybody's there.
You're right in what you're saying. It's going to be an event that can be held at any time in that stadium, and it's going to be used a lot. I mean, if you think about it as well, it's okay saying, "Oh, here's $2.5 billion that you're going to put up." Employment's going to go up. We could. Employment's going to go up because
jobs creations.
People are going to have like hotels, whatever else there, and then at the same time, what are we doing with Ashburn? If you turn, say, where we are now at Northwest,
that bitch.
That's what I mean. If you turn,
that's the cash. If you turned,
what I would be, if I was in Josh Harris's position now, I'd be speaking to the mayor of Maryland and saying, "Listen, we still want to do something
mayor
with
of Maryland,
or not Maryland, whoever it is,
the mayor of Maryland.
Howdy,
sir, mayor of Maryland. I'll take that position. I'll negotiate with him.
Whatever. I don't know. Whoever the politician in charge of Maryland is, governor. Sorry.
In charge. Yes.
Okay, there you go. I would speak to him and say, or her, and say, look, because I don't know who it is, we want to keep the stadium as not as it is, but we want to redevelop that to become some sort of, I don't know. You could have like an exhibition there. You could have like a wall of fame, but you could also do all the training there. So then the training center becomes that side of town. Yeah,
it's only 10 miles away.
And then Ashburn you sell for solar farm or whatever you want to sell it for because it's pricey land, and then you've made your money back that you invested in the stadium anyway.
Yeah, that land's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell you what,
I think you could get a billion for that land that they're on at the minute.
If he parceled it out, sold like piece by piece, probably. Yeah,
he could probably got $1 billion if he parceled out that AstroTurf field and sold it to us an inch at a time. Fans would have bought that shit. So here we are on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. We have shown Josh Harris how to develop this land so that he will make millions of dollars. We have shown Roger Goodell that if he has a big, gigantic, homoerotic love fest called WrestleMania on a bye week,
why are you giving people the finger?
I was counting. It's only it's symbolic of wrestling. So if you do that, and then you have the Super Bowl in the infield of the Daytona 500, while we could even add to this, at the very end of the game, the first tee of the Masters tees off. It's a par. Where are we? We'd have the Super Bowl. Where's Daytona? It's in Florida. So it's a par. I don't know what, 430. Right? Just have these motherfuckers hitting the golf ball all the way up 95 until they get April, and we're into the goddamn tournament.
And here's Rory McIlroy on his 73rd shot at the par 80.
Well, I can tell you this. I had about as much excitement for that as I do for the draft that we're getting ready to do.
I know what you're saying.
The big hit and hunt tournament that was on TV last week. Hit the ball and go look for it.
I'm the same, mate. I've never been a fan of the promotion sticks, but it is what it is. There you go.
People like golf, man. So that's fine. Fine with me. I play a sport called pickleball. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's fun. All right, so how are we going to do this? I have never done a mock draft before, so
you have. We did one last year on this show.
Oh, that's right.
I'm certain we did. If you just run it, someone presses the on the screen, and I'll pop across. And who wants to do their mock draft first? Then
Oh, all right. Well, I'll let you guys go
So
first so
I
I can
think
take notes because I don't
John
know.
do first.
Do you think John should go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll go first. This will be because I really don't have any idea.
I've got it set at fast. So
That's
we'll do
fine. That's fine.
right.
7 rounds.
Let's
for
talk
John.
about it as we go.
We can
John.
talk about it as we go, but we have to do it fast, right?
No,
Okay, right.
we
All
can
right.
take as much as we want.
All right.
So we have entered the draft. Let's do
Here we
it.
go.
Then.
All right, wow, that's pretty damn fast. Tell you what, you
Yeah,
got to
it
stop for
flies
beer
through.
commercials.
It flies through. So right now, then let's have a look.
I don't know who else. I didn't see any of those picks.
So Abdul Carter went 1 overall, which is
I knew that.
strange.
Travis
Hunter, Tetro McMillan went to the Giants. Will Campbell, Mason Graham.
Show me the edges that are left. That's a
Okay, edges. Let's go to edge then. We'll go down to edge and we'll have a look at edge. We've got Nick Scorton. We have Michael Williams. So if we let's have a quick look at Nick Scorton. And we'll look at his first look on.
All right, go ahead. Look at Nick Scorton, but I'm going to go ahead and go with my man Ken Johansson. I saw that name down there.
Oh, Landon Jackson.
I'm taking my man Ken's advice. There's my pick.
Okay. Well, this is your pick. That's fine. So
That's
you're
right.
going to take Landon Jackson.
That's right.
No
All right,
problem.
so go back. I want to see who. Oh, damn it. Yeah,
We'll go back up. We'll go back up.
Who was picked before him?
Let's see then. Let's see. So, where do you want to be in the first round or the second round?
Yeah, round 1. Go to pick 20-ish.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. Apologies. I'll have to go a bit slower.
Go ahead. All right, slow down right there. Let's see.
Shamar Stewart went at 22.
22. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He wasn't on the board. I'm telling you, he's rising up draft boards. That's the guy. I would have did a little bit different. I think Landon is a late second round pick, early third round pick, to be honest with you. All right, John, you are. We can trade.
I'm taking Travion Henderson.
Okay, that's
right,
so we need a running back. So yeah, okay, that's a good. I like Dylan Sampson more than Travion Henderson, but it's your draft. So
Dylan Sampson gets a haircut, though. He doesn't know how to play football afterwards. That's the way the legends go. So I'm not putting up with that kind of shit.
Okay, so it is quite quick. This, so I apologize if it's too quick and you can't see them.
Hey, did I just make a Bible joke on Easter weekend?
You did, yeah. You did well there. You did well.
Right now, we got 2 needs off the board. John's got 2 needs off the board. We got our edge rusher and a running back.
And I think they're quality players, too.
Yeah.
So we have a trade here that somebody would like to trade with you.
Let's see what we got.
So the Seahawks are interested in this pick, John, but it means going back 10 spots. What can you potentially pick up?
What am I picking up? What am I picking up?
You can decide this here. So if they give you 137 and you want what they want 128, because they're saying if you did that, it's lopsided. You could potentially ask for 172, but they're saying that won't be accepted. What about 175? No,
that I'm not doing it.
They're only going to give you 223.
Yeah, the hell with that.
So it's not worth it. So we're sticking and picking. Okay, so we have so far your picks, John. Let's have a quick look. You have Landon Jackson, edge, and you have Ohio State running back Travion Henderson. We've also needs, according to PFF's board, we have corner and we have guard or tackle that could potentially go into guard. So do you want to look at what's on the corner market at the minute? Or
hold down a little bit. Let me see these top players.
Yeah,
get rid of that
problem. Get rid of that. Yeah. So RJ Mickens is the top safety on the board at the minute. He's pretty good. You've got Ty Robinson, who is a more of a run stuffer, kind of a Daron Payne type player. Seth McLaughlin is a decent center. It has a 2-year starting center at Ohio State, but his hand placement's not the best. So you're looking at he'll probably be a backup center at best. Yeah, it's up to you. If you want me to look at a particular position, let me know.
Let me see your wide receivers.
Wide receiver, good shout. Isaiah Bond is still there, very speedy.
That's very speedy,
but obviously has character concerns off the field and recently got arrested, so not ideal. Ty Felton from Maryland.
I like that guy, but not here. I think if we would have traded back, then definitely.
Yeah. If you had a pick around 160-ish, that's probably where you're looking at. So look, average draft position they reckon for Isaiah Bond is 98.
Now remember, their average drafted position does not mean shit.
No,
it doesn't.
It's just what other mock drafts are averaging.
So, Tez Johnson.
Let me take a look.
Tez Johnson's decent from 135, but he's very small.
Let me take a look. Yeah,
we don't need smaller receivers. We need bigger receivers.
So he's 5'10", 165. So not very. He's quite slight, and obviously, he's a slot. He's projected as a slot guy. So
let me see our DBs.
Okay. I mean, I'll let you just before we do that. We'll look at Isaiah Bond. Obviously, this is his grades. Looking at his grades so far. I mean, here you go. Bond has world-class speed, likely to be in the top 50, but needs to continue to grow as a receiver, not just a fast player to remain on the field.
What is he arrested for?
I'm not sure.
I mean, was he like, speeding, or was he,
No, it was something. It was something, some quite serious.
They're not going to pick players like that.
That's why he's falling down the board. So let's have a look at corners. Yeah, no problem. So you've got Zay Alexander's a pretty good corner.
I would pick Robert Longerbeam if he had a better name, dude. That's just no.
Let's have a look at what he's looking at here. So he's 5'11", 178, played outside corner throughout 5 years at Rutgers, but it was his work out in the slot during Shrine Bowl practices that made him stand out. Stop-start quickness is good. Needs to stick to being a slot defender in the NFL. I mean, we've got slot defenders. Jones is a slot defender. Noah I's a slot defender. Samerstill's probably a slot defender.
5 years at Rutgers is all I needed to hear.
This guy's 6'2", 194.
Big guy Alexander. Right here.
He does.
Seems a little
does
rich.
Like them.
This seems just a little bit rich. I mean, you could technically, if you want to pick up a later round pick, go ahead and take that trade and go back 10 spots, and then that will be better. If you want a cornerback.
I'm not sure yet. Let me see the safeties.
So the top safety at the minute is R.J. Mickens.
I see really people thinking that we need safety, but I don't think we do at all. I think we're good at safety.
Okay.
Well, as in Tyler Owens and Percy Butler as your two backups, as opposed to what we've got. Yeah. I think the issue is because Chin has gone, we don't know what Will Harris is going to bring us.
He's our starter.
I know he is, but that's probably why people are like, well, what have we got in Will Harris? And we don't really know yet.
We're not keeping no more than 5 safeties. And that's what we have on, and that's how I'm looking at it. I don't think we're drafting an offensive line either. I don't see us drafting.
What about?
Offensive
I was going to ask that. What about offensive line?
Guards? Let me see the guards.
So we'll look at tackle first because sometimes they're in both. I mean,
he said, "Fuck you. This isn't your mock draft, John. We're going to see what I want to see. I have control over everything."
Dude, when I was a kid, I'd go up and sit on Santa Claus's lap and be like, "Fuck you, kid. You ain't getting a football. Fuck off."
Crenshaw Dixon's decent. Jalen Rivers is actually pretty good. Logan Brown's a good tackle for out Kansas as well, but probably projects as a guard. But I'll go to guard now for you. Bear with me. Interior offensive line. Interior O-line. Yeah, Willie Lampkin's pretty good. I mean, what are we picking here? We're picking at 128, and he's down as 145.
I'll tell you what. Let's look at that trade again.
So, yeah, Lampkin here, yes, he says his size is a concern. I mean, he's 5'8", 5'11", sorry.
Yeah, no.
You could, Scott makes a good point, is throwing in another later round pick to get another earlier pick.
Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can
trade up.
Yeah,
well, no,
just to drop. All right, well, let's see if they'll do 137 and
137 and 245 for 137 and
175.
Yeah, 175. See if they'll do that.
For 128 and 245. 7% chance to be accepted.
What about 205?
Let's try that then. 205, and I'll take that off. Yeah, it says 69% chance, so we'll try that trade.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's been accepted.
We're 69ing with the Seattle Seahawks over here.
There you go. So we're going back a little bit more. And RJ Nickens is still there as a safety. Ty Robinson is still there as defensive interior, as the top player on here. So
defensive line though.
Yeah, 6 year man.
Just think of our depth when you're doing these. Think of what we have on roster.
I know.
What we've.
Let me see these big wide receivers. Let's see what's left. Oh, Isaiah Bond's still
sitting there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent spot for him.
Yeah, all right. I'll tell you what.
Jack Kaiser. I like Jack Kaiser.
Yeah, I like Jack Kaiser at linebacker too. I do
like
too.
That.
Let me look at Kaiser.
Okay. Because I mean, we will need some linebacker. Maybe not this year,
need
to develop. I think he's a good developmental prospect, and he's solid.
Either Will or Mike, instincts and versatility also make him a strong candidate.
Wagner's not going to be with us forever.
Yeah,
we know
I agree.
That.
I'm taking Kaiser.
I like that pick, John. I do.
Well, thank you.
I like that pick.
Kaiser's taken.
I have complete control of my draft room.
So back in at 175.
The commissioner's on the phone. I'm like, let me look at the guards. Hold on a minute. We look at the tackles. Hold on.
Go down for the best available right now.
So this is best available right now. So we've got safety Sean Hancock. We've got Craig Woodson. Obviously Tyler Shock still there as QB, but you don't want the QB.
Nope. Look at the trade offers too. You have a trade offer.
Yeah, well, we've got people who are interested. It doesn't mean you've got a trade. It's saying who's after it. So yeah, I mean, come on. 49ers have got nothing. So you click on that, it says who's interested in the pick, and the 49ers' next pick is 227. You're not trading down 40 spots.
And I'm not trading take all that and next year's like third.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm on a fuck Kyle Shanahan kick here.
So we've got a linebacker, running back, and edge.
Deep.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Let's have a look at what's left of the receivers. What have we got? Receiver. There we go. So this guy, Munfield, is the one out of Pitt. Jumping ability to go up and get the ball. Played 899 career snaps. Spit out wide. 744 in the slot. Offers next team versatility. 61185.
Let me see the next guy down.
Yeah.
We don't need a slot receiver.
I quite like this guy, actually, weirdly enough, Andrew Armstrong. We'll look at him from out of Arkansas. He's 6'4", 202. Solid day 3 candidate. He's got good hands. He's showcasing his elite. He's got skills with elite 89.4 receiving grade in the SEC.
There's my guy. We're going Andrew Armstrong. Taking the Razorback.
Take the Razorback. Good man. That's a good pick, in my opinion. 245. Last pick. This will be the one. This will be the one that Scott will be probably going. So make it someone with a terrible name, John, just for the sake of it, because
it's our last pick.
It'll probably be me on the board here. So we've got a corner, Nico Reed, who I'm not sure on. And do you know what? I know it sounds stupid, but you can call me stupid all you want. But what about specialists? Do you want a kicker?
Get that kicker.
I'm serious.
You just asked me if I wanted to draft a kicker.
I know you said you'd never draft a kicker.
Well, then what does the word never mean, Scotty? Are we into this kind of American English means the same damn thing, but never draft a kicker. Yeah, fine. He's just getting mad at me. Let me see this Nico Reed.
Okay, there's also a safety there as well. So I don't know about Nico Reed. I'm not sure what he's like out of Oregon. Don't know anything about him. He's the 5'10" guy who's very small. So he's got high IQ, but yeah, he's got good run defense.
I like the run defense. Yeah, we're going to need specialists, you said, and this guy also fits that bill.
It also fits the
bench.
Emmanuel Forrest.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And it says limited athleticism caps his ceiling, making him best suited to preferred depth option in the secondary.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't pick him as to be a starter here. I'm looking at him more as a special teams guy. Let's see, who else do we have here?
Hunter Waller, Wisconsin, the Badgers. elite 90 grade coverage grade since 2023. Strong tackler. But he's got average athletic tools, can make an impact on special teams. Backup strong safety. Yeah. 6'2", 218.
Yeah, he's intriguing.
What about?
All right, show me your kicker, and let me just take a look at your kicker.
What about? I was thinking before we do that. What about like offensive linemen? Is there anything? Holland Pierce is probably the only one that's left that I can think of.
It's always good to add beef. I mean, let me see let me see the other guy from Georgia.
He's 6'8", 344. Wow,
tackle rich right now. Hey, who's that big fucker from Florida? That big,
yeah. I know you're about. He's massive. The 400-pound guy. Yeah.
Show me Xavier Truss. You just had him there.
Truss was it?
Truss. Was it the tackle?
Yeah.
Let's have a look then. Xavier Truss out of Georgia.
It was Georgia.
I also believe in competition levels. No,
I know.
You play on championship teams.
So he's a 3-year starter at Georgia, left guard before making it to right tackle for his last two. 71.7 pass blocking grade was his best mark in the 3 years. So he's coming off a good season. Likely needs to play guard at the next level due to slower footwork, but he's competitive with plenty of experience.
He's mine. I'm taking Xavier Truss. He's a project to work on. Always got to have some extra beef back there. He's a guy.
There you go. So let's see what your analyzation.
I worked there in 2 awards. I want to thank the little people who helped me win this.
So it's saying here you should have drafted Michael Williams before you drafted Landon Jackson, but overall, you got a B. You got a B minus for yours.
So what I'm hearing is that PFF just told Ken Johansson to go F himself. That's not.
I think they're not high on Jackson, but it is what it is. So.
Listen, I like Jackson.
I'm going with our guest.
He's not a first round. There's better edges out there if you're going to stick and pick it.
Where's Ken? Is he here? I don't think he's here.
He's not.
He'll probably watch tomorrow. Good to see you.
All right, Scotty, your turn.
Oh, it's my turn, is it?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Right, cool. Let's do it then.
Shooting for a B, huh? All right, here we go.
Let's do it. Right, we'll start the draft off.
Be right with you.
It's all gone. Let's see where we are. Okay, so Norman Lott's good. Trey Amos is very good.
9 trades, a potential trade.
I know. Nick Scorton's still on the board. Conley still
Jamar
on the board.
Stewart's still on the board. Of course, you're not going to pick him.
I know. Benjamin Morrison's still on the board. I like him a lot.
I'd have to look at the trades.
I would too. That's what I'm looking at now, is who is interested. So KC is interested at 31, so you're not moving out of the first round, which is good.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Let's see what we can get. I'll try and trade with Tennessee, with KC. Sorry,
31, and see if you can get.
I'm gonna see if I can get 66. No, 63. No, obviously too rich. 95.
See if you can get something else.
If I give you 128, will you give 90%. Me?
Whoa.
Hang on, 133, and I'll go back.
65% chance.
You're gonna have to get that 250. See if you can get 257 too.
I was gonna go 251,
or we'll try 226.
Yeah. Maybe. Because I'm going back spots again. There, you see, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah, damn right. Got a haul.
Man, I got some picks. Okay, let's do this.
Being the International Fan of the Year has some goddamn pull.
All right, see what's on.
So on the board still we have Shamar Stewart. You still have Connolly Jr. I mean, that's bookends. That's bookends done. Look, that's right tackle.
We don't need tackle. We have a right tackle.
Yeah, we do. We got them both.
I love this guy, Benjamin Morrison. I really love this guy as a corner.
Shamar Stewart is licking you in the face right
now. It has to be Shamar Stewart is probably the pick, but let's just have a little look on the edge and see what we've got here, because I'm living on the edge. It's gonna have to be Shamar Stewart first pick.
That's a good pick. Okay, you got a good edge and you got a haul of picks. That's
what you want. That's what you want.
Good, man. I like that.
You set yourself up for Cowboy fans to call him Shemale and things like that, right?
Okay, so now we're looking. I mean, I could double dip with Aladejo. I like him.
Yeah, take a look at your trades, or see what running backs on the board.
I'm already looking at Samson, thinking that is where I want to be. But how far back? And has Caleb, what's he called? The guy out of Iowa. Just going to see if he's gone already. Maybe not in the first round. Is it Caleb Johnson? I think is his name. Yeah. I'm just going to keep going down to see if I can see Caleb Johnson.
I didn't see him.
Or you can just pick running back, and I'll show you who's there.
Yeah, true. Very true. That'll be a good start. RJ Harvey's still there. Judkins is still there. Good
Damian Martinez, I like him too.
Yeah, I do too.
Trevor Etienne's pretty good too.
Yep. There's some really good running backs in this grade.
Great running backs in this draft.
Let's have a look at Dylan Sampson then. So, speedster who pairs explosiveness with patience and vision, big play potential behind any blocking scheme, and could develop into a plus receiver, though he must cut down the fumbles. I get that, but he's 5'11".
Also, take a look at your offers too.
Yeah, I know. This is just who's interested in my pick. So the one that's the next one is Philly. So I could move back 3 spots.
Who else is looking to trade with you?
I don't mind trading with Philly. The next one's New Orleans at 71.
71.
That's probably a bit rich. What have they got? 71 and 93 from us. So could we get that back for 61? That's probably a bit rich.
Yeah, that might be a little bit rich. We could get a maybe 112.
Possibly. Let's try the Eagles and see what they want. So if I go 61 for 64, would they go 90? They'll go 134 as well for that pick.
Wow.
Is there anything else I could get? Could I get?
Yeah.
See if I can get my own pick back. No. Oh, it's got a 50% chance. I'll try 168 and I'll take 160 off. That's got 52.
Can we get 3 more picks?
No.
Well, we're only going back 3.
I'm only going back 3 spots. That's what I mean. So going back 3 spots. I tell you what, though, if I throw in 205 for 168,
why don't you do
or 165?
No, take the 20. Keep the 205 and 226.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Got a 56% chance. Try it. Yes.
There you go.
Some serious trading going on here, right? So I've got 64, 134, and 165. Okay, and I've only gone back 3 spots. Let's see who they took.
Yeah.
Who did they took? So Judkins went as a running back. Who did Philly actually take? It's gone right up here. It's so fast. Sorry about this.
That's all right.
Look, you can just go onto the filter positions and see who's there.
I think it's safe to say if you're watching this tonight, you don't have much else to do. So
no, they went Dylan Sampson, who I was looking at anyway.
Yeah. And that's okay because there's a lot of other running backs just like him.
Okay, so one person already on this board stands out for me straight away, and that is Makuba. At safety, who is brilliant. Kyle Williams is very good as a wide receiver.
I'm just not looking at safety.
Darren
this early
cornerback. Not sure on what he's like as a corner. 6'4", 200. Rare prospect, wide receiver turned corner. Ideal ball skills. Ranks above. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah.
He's got that Dan Quinn body.
Who else is there for the running back?
Kind of skinny.
Yeah.
Who else is left on the running back?
So far, all I've got is Shamar Stewart, running backs. RJ Harvey's ranked 75. Martinez is still there.
Yeah, you can get. I bet you can get Martinez with 95. A good shot.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
So what have we got?
So
who's the best,
you can go
best
corner.
prospect on the boy?
You could go corner.
I don't know about y'all, but I drafted a guy named Damien. Damians are usually the sons of the devil, aren't they?
Darian Porter. Yeah. Elijah Roberts went. Right, so now
running back.
You see, the other thing as well is I really like this guy at 91, who's ranked 91, White Millen from West Virginia, tackle, right tackle. It's not a position it is a position in need, in my opinion, but we'll have a look at running back. We'll see what we've got.
I think we're tackle rich right now. Well, you got Giddens, Jaden Blue's there.
Giddens is still there. Jaden Blue's still there. Yeah, Devin Neals.
Where's the running back from Virginia Tech? You can probably get him in our next. Oh, Trevor Etienne. Yes.
I mean,
but not right now. Not right now. I'm talking about next round. Our next round.
Yeah, he's only 5'9", though, isn't he? I mean,
you don't need to be big to be a good running back.
True.
5'9", 205. Isn't that like Maurice Jones-Drew minus 20 pounds?
Maurice Jones-Drew was 5'7".
Yeah, compact though. That's one of my points. Is bowling ball. That's a big fullback.
I might take this guy actually, Giddens. I don't know what's White Millen like. Shit.
We still got that Virginia Tech running back. His name's kind of funky, but he's good.
And I'm sitting on a B. Remember that, Scott. Better not fuck it up.
I don't know. I just we got needs, man. We got needs. A tackle ain't a need.
A tackle is a need.
No.
Right, I'm gonna take Giddens. There you go. Giddens is gone off the board. We're at 133 now. Let's see where we are. So we have corner, we have an edge, we have a running back. We now need a guard. Oh, and Mickens is still there, on my word.
We're picking a guard.
And we've got back-to-back picks here. So it's do what you want. I think we do need a receiver as well.
If we're picking a guard, I'd like to pick Thor.
So he's 149. Okay, what's this guy out of Arkansas like? Isaac Tisala.
His name is Tesla. People are going to light him on fire.
No, it is Tesla, yeah.
He's an injury waiting to happen. People are going to
6'4", big boy.
Explosive, got good hands. Starting caliber seen in as a big slot.
That's a slim boy.
Was he slim there? Was he?
217.
I'd go with Felton over Tesla.
Yeah, I probably would too, to be fair. So Felton, I'll come back to then. I just really like him as a safety, so I'm gonna
pick him. Don't
what
think
we
it's
got
necessarily a need.
It's not a need, but we've got a lot of picks still.
Just think about our roster and chances of making it, chances of beating out. Does he have a chance to beat out Percy Butler? Does he have a chance to beat out Jeremy Reeves? We're talking about bottom end roster safeties here. I think you got to look at when you're making these picks. I just think our
make the roster as a safety.
Not only our offensive line room, but our safety room is pretty packed.
Yeah, I mean Reeves doesn't. He's listed as a safety, but that's not why he's on the roster.
No, but we're talking about numbers here, John. You only make 53s. Jack Kaiser's on the board too.
Unless
I just looked there. Yeah.
Commissioner to bring up the freaking size of the rosters that you can keep.
Okay, there is one guy who I really like who is listed as a defensive tackle, but he's not. I don't want a DI. Is he down here?
He's
still there.
Jackson, is that big fuck?
No, him there. Jared Hansen, Hunter. Is Jackson the big guy? I don't know if that is. If it is the big guy, I don't think it is. He's three. Still a big boy though. But
what's the big tackle from University
I like
of Florida?
Hey man, if we get
Desmond Watson,
right? Okay, right. I'm gonna take here. I don't know. I have no idea.
Lampkin. If you want to go guard, Lampkin's probably the.
He's tiny. It's tiny. I like Logan Brown as well. Yeah, I'm going to take Logan Brown here.
He misreads run fits.
That is what it said. Okay. Sorry about this.
That's all right. What the fuck else are we doing? I mean,
true, very true. Right, what did I pick so far? So I got half-back, corner, and edge. Right. Okay. Cool. That's fine. So let's look. Let's look at the picks. Oh, draft a player. Dear me. It takes forever here.
This is what it's going to be like on day 3. Scott's going to be up there. Oh dear. I don't quite agree with what's on the card. Can we can we look at tackles, please? Can we look at tackles?
Yeah, it is. Let's look at tackles. Right.
There he is. That's going to be Scott up on the stage. Just stand back, right?
Exactly that. Right. Linebacker.
Yeah. Kaiser
has to be. And then I'm going to go back to Felton as wide receiver. We need a receiver of some description.
Yeah,
So
we do. I like
Felton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Local
Then
boy.
we're at 165 still. So this is where I'll probably pick up a tackle or a guard.
Yeah, if you're
Something
going
like that.
one offensive line, safety, that's the end of the draft. Let's see. Maybe someone can beat him out, or they can beat somebody out.
We've got a nickel here. Smart player, zone coverage, isn't athletic enough to stick to receivers in man coverage. No. Okay. I mean, he could be very good, but
Let's pick a quarterback. We need a quarterback, huh?
Even Lane,
Yeah,
that's intriguing
there he is.
too.
There he is. Jared Harrison Hunt.
Pick him. Maybe he can beat out.
I really like this kid. I really like
Yeah.
this kid as an interior. He can play in multiple positions, but his stats this year were really good. at SMU.
We
in the
signed
part
a
of the
bunch of old
draft.
men on one-year deals for.
We're in the
yeah.
part of the draft where you're shooting darts and if something
You are. So look at
sticks,
it. If you read his write up and you look at his stats, I mean, he's saying he's intriguing prospect. Currently, he's got a frame to fill out and flashes, good athleticism, 4.8640. But the 10-yard split is the part that Peters really rates, which is 169, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, yeah, improve his pad level. Well, that's a given, and that can be taught.
8 sacks.
8 sacks, that's what I'm saying. 44
Yeah.
pressures as well from the interior, but he can play edge as well as being a D lineman. So I'm going to take him. I've took him in every draft.
I don't hate that pick.
And now we're at 205. So this is probably my last hope on a pick, and then I'm picking a kicker, which John's going to hate, but there you go.
It's you, buddy.
So Zach Frazier, potentially Jalen Travis is kind of where I'm at. Zach Frazier's a decent enough corner. I know we already went corner, but 6'3", 185, got good athleticism again there, 82.5 coverage grade. He's not bad.
Nothing wrong with taking a shot on a corner, especially with with our luck with corners the past few years.
6'3", 185.
6'7", 340.
Wow,
that's a
big
corner.
So it says, draft and develop candidate with upside. So I'm taking Jalen Travis there. That's who I'm going to take here as a potentially slide him inside guard if you need to. And then we're at 245, which will be my kicker. There's 2 kickers in this draft. Is it Fitzpatrick or Fitzgerald even? And Borgalis, I think it is, isn't it? Is the other one?
He fits post-draft signing.
I know you do, but I mean,
what he fits. He fits
so
post-draft signing.
So Fitzgerald, he's ranked 342, so not draftable.
Average draft is 209.
I know, but I mean, look at he's pretty good souls, and then Borgalis is 209. I'm gonna go for Mr. Perfect. He puts points on the board, has to be done. So let's see what I'll get a C here. I won't get. It'll be you've drafted this wrong. You've drafted that wrong. Oh, great job! That's a good-looking draft. There you go. No suggestions available for this draft. Nice. A, C, D. Oh, an F. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, B plus.
B plus. So I got. Happy days. Especially with all that bloody training as well. So there you go.
All right. You got an F on yours. How did I get a B? I didn't get any Fs.
I know.
Of course, you took a lot more players. That's probably why. Because you did.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Right. We'll start a new one then. Come on. We're going Jesse.
Anybody has to take a leak or make a sandwich. Now
do it now. Yeah, definitely. Oh wow. Okay. Right. Let's start. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
It's turboed for you. Wow, Colston Loveland's still on the board here. You've got a trade offer. Somebody wants to trade
offer first,
and it's the Browns. This is the ideal trade.
Yeah,
because the
Let me
Browns
see if I can
want...
get 33.
Hang on 1 second. Who did the Browns take? They took Travis Hunter. So before we do, let's have a look at, because they're looking at QB.
See the edge market real quick.
Shador's still on the board. That's who they're coming in for. That's who they're coming in for.
Yeah, let me see the trade market real quick, or the edge market.
Edge market. Yeah, I got you.
Let's see what we're working with here.
Oh, Michael Williams is still there.
All right. My guy's gone. So let's go back to the trade.
Yes.
Let's go back to the trade. All right. Let me get 33.
29 for 33. You want 67.
67
minimum. Saying no.
All right. Now give up my 245.
No.
All right. So take 67 off. Let me get 94.
Okay. Yeah, that's got a 70% chance. So you're going to want something else.
All right, let me get the 216.
Really? Well, I would try it like higher. Try like
all right. Well, let's try that one then.
I mean, 179.
57%.
And then, I mean, if you can go.
Yeah.
Fly back 205, and what about 192? Because that's only a few spots. Or is that too much?
They're half and half on it.
What do you reckon, Jesse?
55%. Yeah, let's try it. Fuck it. Wait.
Ah, too late.
It's done.
And they took it.
All right, that's all right. I got 2 extra picks. That's okay.
You got 3. Yeah, 2 extra picks. Yeah, 2 extra picks. But if you look at that, you've got a higher on 179. You've gone up spots.
Yeah.
You've gone down a matter of 3, but you're up 5 spots again off 192. So
all right,
that's pretty good.
As this happens, remember right now, because this is a mock draft. Right now, people in Cleveland are mocking that they're going to the Super Bowl again because they've gotten Shador Sanders.
Did they take Shador Sanders? Because if they traded up and didn't take it, I will be like, what on earth are you doing? Cam Ward went at 21. Wow. Okay. Shador Sanders went. No, Shamar Stewart went to Minnesota by the looks of it there. Hang on. Let's go up. Why am I at 61? Sorry about this. Let's go back. There you go. Shador Sanders. Yeah. Landon Jackson went 30. Oh, wow. Colston Loveland went all the way to the Eagles, which absolutely sucks.
All right, let me see my edge. Let me see what we got on edges.
You're not getting much out of this. It's probably going to be Femi will be left. Oh, Michael Williams is still there.
Williams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and just draft him now. Got to have an edge. That's
a good pick. That's a good pick.
All right. Let's see.
Travion Henderson's still there.
Ooh. Let's see what trade offers if we can go back like 2 spots or something and pick up an extra pick.
Well, you can trade with anyone. So you could try and trade with KC if you want to now. I mean, the Colts are at 80. They're the ones who are next most interested. And then you're into the 80s down here. Cincinnati, the Broncos are interested, Lions, and so on and so on. So who's got KC? Have got 63. Or would you be willing to go? Do you think 3 spots back is too much?
I mean, it depends on what for, I mean,
if you look at if you're thinking specifically running back, and you're going, oh well, and I want Henderson, you could stick and pick here.
Let me go to the. Let me see what's on the board. Who's left?
Yeah, no worries.
Let me see. I want to see.
So Demetrius Knight. Oh, running backs only. Yeah, no problem. Loads of running backs.
He runs right to him for you.
Martinez is still there. Giddens is still there.
Scatterbo's already been picked, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, Scatterbo's gone. Yeah.
All right, let's go to receiver.
Mm-hmm.
80 is just too far back. I don't want to go back 80.
Kyle Williams is a good receiver. Trey Harris is a good receiver. Jalen Royals is a good receiver from Utah State. So what's he like?
We have 6-foot receivers, right? I want the 6'2" or higher.
Well, that's where you look. Kyle Williams is probably. Yeah. I mean, he's big time. I really rate him. Trey Harris. How big's Trey Harris? Restrepo's kind of a slot guy, 6'3", 210, wide receiver 3 type.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's an alluring wide receiver 3 type. So
let me
with him and Sam
go
Martin,
back to
you've got a pair there.
I think you need running back here, but that's
Travion Henderson.
You want to just pick him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let me do that.
Travion Henderson it is. Now we're at 94. So tackles are on here. Savayana, I think is how you pronounce his name.
I'm not even looking at tackle until later rounds because we are robust at tackle.
Savayana.
Go down some more.
Corner.
Yeah, let's see who we got.
Galotti's still there.
Keep going down, please.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dorian Strong. Dorian Strong. I like that a lot.
At 103, we're at 94. So his stats: 6'1", 185, strong, lacks some strength in press man coverage.
Strength can be put on. Get better. I like Dorian Strong. Damn.
Cool. We can take him.
All right, let me see what the trade offer is.
Commit.
Let me see what the trade interest.
I don't think you'll get much here. So yeah,
94, 98. Yeah, let me see you do a 98 and a 155 for my 94.
It's got a 63% chance.
Oh, yeah. Try for the 150.
All right.
I was going to say,
let's try 150. Yeah.
Try 150. 57% chance.
Yeah.
What was the other one? 63%? Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go with that?
Yeah.
Done.
All right. I like it. Pick up extra pick. All right. Let me do.
So where did you want to go? You wanted to go to corner, didn't you?
Just scoot down a little bit. Let me see.
Yeah, no worries, man. Dorian Strong's still there.
All right. So we got. Yeah. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get Dorian Strong. Yep. Dorian Strong.
Drafted. Congratulations, young man. You are a commander.
Mickens is still there. All right.
Yeah.
Let me see the best available.
This is best available at the moment.
Yeah, I just want to go down.
No trade offers. So you got center. Don't really need a tight end.
All right. Where are we at? 128.
Hassani's that's I tell you what, he's from Boise State. He's not too bad. 6'3", 271.
No. Let me see. All right, keep going down. Nope, keep going down, please.
Just on the board.
I'm looking for something. Ooh, all right. Ooh.
How do I get the feeling this is how Jesse scrolls through a lot of sites?
All right, go back up and hit corner. I mean, do me a favor. Go. All right, go to our picks. Go to my picks.
Yeah. So we got Michael Williams, edge. We've got a running back, and we got a corner. So 3 positions in need.
All right, go to receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the same kind of receivers you were there before.
I can get Tez.
You can get Ty at 150 probably.
All right, so go to linebacker.
Yeah, apologies for that. Linebacker. 144 is the next. Jack Kaiser's 148.
Kaiser. We've all got him.
Yeah,
I'm in the club.
Huh? I'm gonna go with
Kaiser?
Carter. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna change it up a bit and going with Carter. Yeah,
okay.
I like that.
So now we have 4 trade offers for this next pick.
All right, let's take a look. Wait, let me see what our receiver looks like first. I just want to take a gander at that.
Always gone.
Ty Felton's gone. What? All right. Keep going down.
Jalen Lane's there.
I like Jalen Lane. That is one, but I don't know if he's that big.
Armstrong's decent.
All right, let's see our trade offers.
But you're gonna get Armstrong at 1.7, probably 1.79. I would have thought. Trade offers.
Jalen Lane is definitely a.
There's not a huge amount here. It's the Dolphins again.
All right,
I mean,
155 for 150.
So needy Dolphins.
155 for 150,
and then give me 244 or 224.
Yeah,
and 253.
It's got a 33% chance, so that's probably not going to go through.
Throw in a piece.
Would you give him that back?
That's right.
Yes, let's try that.
80% chance now. So, or do you I tell you what, just keep 245 and take that off. That's got a 76% chance. What do you?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I still pick up an extra pick. Yeah.
Okay. Done. Lots of trading. 155. Okay. So Ty Robinson's still on the board. He's a 1-2-2. I mean, we're all ignoring this guy, but what's he like?
There's reasons for that.
6th year. This is why he's got 6
know,
years of wear and
old
tear already.
He's old. All right.
He is old.
All right. Go to receiver.
Yes, receiver it is. Jalen Lane's still there.
Jalen Lane. Let's go ahead and get Jalen Lane.
It's 2 from Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm. Let's go Quinn Ewers.
All right, go down from best available.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Malachi you got an F on that one, dude.
I know, dude.
Sell him to somebody else now.
Malachi Moore.
Malachi Moore, yeah. Let's have a look. 6 foot 201.
I like his versatility. You know what? It's late enough. Throwing a dart. Let's go ahead.
Play specials.
Pick Malachi. And then after that, let me see our picks.
Yes. So we have Michael Williams, edge. We've got Trayvon Henderson, running back. Dorian Strong, corner. Linebacker in Barrett Carter. Jalen Lane, wide receiver. And we have a safety in Malachi Moore.
All right, go ahead and go to kickers.
What? Wow, at 192. At 192.
Well, yeah. Let me. We'll go.
I'm only associated with this podcast.
Oh shit! Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought it was my last pick. You didn't go all the way down.
You've got three picks still, dude.
I'm seeing now. All right, go to best available.
We're gonna have to bum rush you to the door there.
These are the best available at the moment.
Well, I can only see 3, so scroll down a little bit there.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, no worries. Oh, for God's sake. No, we don't want to be in WhatsApp. Get out of there. Right, there we go.
Well, we don't need to see your gay porn pictures.
No, you don't. Zach Frazier still there.
Ooh, yeah. You know what?
Jalen Travis is still there.
Go get Frazier.
Yeah. Another corner. Double dip on the corner, but you need it. Oh, Travis is still there as a tackle if you want it, and he's the highest ranked on the board right now at 193.
Massive.
And he's a big old boy.
If you pick him, I'm buying stock in KFC in the DC area.
Yeah, I mean 7th round kick or 7th round tackle. Go ahead. Yeah.
He can.
You need beef. You always need beef. Yeah. And then now on last pick, are you taking your kicker?
Yeah,
love it.
Get my kicker.
Love it.
Shut up, Scott.
Specialists. Yeah. So who are you taking, Fitzgerald, or are you taking?
No, I want the Miami guy.
You want Bogales? Okay.
Oh. Man, that literally gave me a pain watching that happen.
Let's see what happens with you. So it's saying you drafted. Why would we draft Jalen Milroe?
That's so stupid.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So anyway,
boom.
A, B, C, 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 D, C, C, B plus.
B plus.
No.
B plus.
Well, and I lose with a B.
Well, see, I don't agree with them because they said no.
They're not looking at it from need.
Yeah, to do a quarterback. So I won.
Yeah.
So the overall first round out of your mock was this. I mean, what do we think about this one? So Abdul Carter won. See, this is what I mean.
What
There's no
do I
way.
think about it?
There's no way that Cam
this
Ward
beat
will
watching the
get down there.
Flintstones for the last hour. That's what I think about this.
I don't know, man. It's so hard to think about this because there's these quarterbacks, they're not worth a top 5 pick. None of them.
No,
they're not worth a top 10 pick. And they wouldn't have been first round picks last year or the year before.
Scott G says John wins this battle because he didn't draft a kicker. You're probably right.
There you go, Scott. The right thinkers.
Well, who was doing the research the other day about drafting kickers? It was on a podcast. Was it you guys? There's more kickers that gets drafted. I mean, at least I waited to the last pick of the draft.
Not shite.
It is true, though. But I mean, when you look at these two in Borgales, as you said, and Fitzpatrick or Fitzgerald, even the guy missed one kick all season, and he's got a leg from 57. That's fine by me.
Doesn't matter.
See, and that's what maybe you could. I don't think you're going to get either Fitzgerald or Borgales as a undrafted free agent. So it's not happening. It is not going to happen. And if you wait to get a kicker,
I'll have a bet. I'll have a bet with John here, a beer bet. I'll have a beer bet with you, John, that I think 3 kickers minimum get drafted in this.
Yeah,
that's a bet. All right.
But bearing in mind there was 5 last year.
All right. Whether they get drafted or not, I'm thinking still this is 5 teams wasting a pick.
See, just think about it.
They never missed a kick while they were in college.
So should we go? Should we go over under 4 then? What do you think?
All right, we can do that. But what I'm saying is this:
I think it's 3.5. Over under 3.5.
It's not like any other position. All right, kickers are kickers, man. They're kickers are kickers, and I guess they can work on their craft. But a kicker is a kicker, and he can only work on it so far. I mean, it sounds so fucking weird, but look, man, it just doesn't work out when you go drafting a kicker. When was Justin Tucker drafted?
Actually, it does work out.
Oh,
Justin Tucker was drafted years ago, and he was drafted in the 5th round. Fifth round.
All right, but see, that's lightning in a bottle. Getting somebody like him.
Jake Moody was drafted in the 3rd round. What's the kid from Philadelphia? That great kicker from Philly was drafted in the
5th round.
5th round.
Yeah, 5th rounder.
See, the thing about if kicker is a need, all right, and you have your eyes set on a kicker, you go get that kicker because not, you're going to be battling with other teams to
that's
get
the point. Yeah,
that's like I'm hungry, so I'm going to go in the grocery store and I'm going to buy a Hershey bar at the front because I don't feel like walking.
But you're discounting how important kickers are. Though.
No, I don't discount how important kickers are. But what I say is that the translation level is different. It's a kicker. All right, you know how I feel about it. You can pull kickers in by the busload. We pulled in 2 kickers last season off the streets that were phenomenal for us. I mean, they had a couple of misses here and there, but they made them when they needed them. We had one of them won a game for us by kicking 7 field goals. So I don't think that it's something. I think draft picks, especially in a season, we have 6 of them. They're at a premium right now.
Not really. I mean, after the 4th round, it's fucking.
No idea.
It's not good. It's not going to work out. You could have, if you get the right kicker, he could last 10 fucking years. I mean, look at Tressway for just example. I know he's a punter. Okay.
Right.
But look how long Justin Tucker lasted. Moody's not going anywhere.
These are anomalies.
The guy from Philly's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, kickers.
Tucker apparently
kickers are responsible. In the season, kickers are responsible for more points than anybody else on the field.
They always are. They're the leading scorers every year.
So if you have,
it doesn't translate as it's not a guaranteed translation.
Is that tackle that's going to sit your bench for 2 years and then get released? That you're going to pick with the 7th round?
Maybe
more important than a kicker. That's just how I'm looking at it.
There's just as many of them that you can say got picked that turned out to be such utter waste of time. Like, what's his name? Sebastian Janikowski.
I'm going. I'm tackles that were picked in the 6th or 7th round as a waste of time than kickers.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I just can't. I'll wait on the wire. I'll wait on the wire afterwards and see what the pickings are because I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty good. Kickers are. They're too mercurial. All right. You say go out there and kick, and they go out there and kick. But It's hard.
But you're acting like a 7th round pick is worth a whole bunch, and it's really
you never know. What if you find a wide receiver like what's his name, Colston from the Saints had that freaking lit up the world?
That's lightning in a bottle.
Would you say Cam Curl? He was a 7th rounder.
Hey, come on, don't even start on Cam Curl.
We know he played well for us. He played bad with bad coaching, but he played well for us when he could.
Wasn't as good as everybody made him out to be.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, but sometimes
it's okay for a 7th rounder.
Sometimes it works. 7th rounders, you don't expect to do anything at all. I mean, everyone's quite high on Javonte John Baptiste. I'm not.
It's not quite high. The fact that he'll be on the team, I think, is high enough. He's okay. He can come in and make a little mess.
I'll take the chance on a potential.
Oh, they brought Jones back. Right?
10-year kicker than a player like Baptiste, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because you're picking for potential. It's same with same with kickers. You're not sure. It's more about headspace than skill. All right, but I mean, it's pretty fucking important position. So it is. I
points on the board.
Would I do a Raiders thing and give a 2nd round pick for one? No, definitely not.
The Buccaneers traded up into the 2nd round to pick.
Yeah, or the Bucks
are gone in a year.
But would I give a 6th or 7th round for a stellar kicker in college that has a good chance of working out? Yeah, I think I'd do that.
And I think to your point, Jesse, just to not necessarily go off the kicker talk, it's just if you leave them as UDFAs, are they really going to say, "Hey, I want to come to Washington and play"?
You got to battle. You got to battle with other teams because other teams are going to want to.
And then it's how much are you willing to pay? That's the thing. It's not like don't get me wrong. Last year we did do very well off UDFAs. I mean, three UDFAs made the team?
You're a kicker.
Well, we can't.
You're going to say to me, you're going to get paid. You want to sign a contract as an UDFA with me,
if you want
to put me in a battle with the Patriots over money. Here's my response. See ya. I'm sending a bus down to Chile, and we're picking up about the first 50 guys that we can find that can kick the ball, and we'll get us a kicker.
Walmart car park.
I'm telling you, there's a whole planet of people out there that do nothing but kick a fucking ball for fun. All right,
I know.
They're out there. The greatest kicker in NFL history practically was from Sweden? Where's Morton Anderson from? The dude didn't go. I mean, he was right. So you go find them. Player. They're out there. They're out there.
You're right.
But I can also see the logic in what you're saying. If it's the 7th round, what do you got to waste if this is the guy you really want and you think he is going to work out? I thought it was kind of unusual that we did go down and have a private workout with him. And according to Ken Johansson, we had a couple of private workouts with kickers. So
I think kickers in need. I mean, look, there's only so many times you can comb your hair, and then you're going to start losing it.
You're right.
So
I can only if I comb it more than once, there's really nothing to do.
So I don't think they're sold. Yes, they gave Gonzalez a contract, but it's one that they could get out of easily. They're not sold on him, so they're searching for a kicker.
They shouldn't be sold on him. And even though I say what I said, both of those guys were available. You know what I mean? They came in and they did well for us, but they were both available in season. So that's the thing to me about kickers is that you can say with any other position.
I think kickers are different, Scott G. I think kickers just want a job, and they're gonna, if you got multiple people offering them the money, because it's so hard to become a kicker in the NFL because there's so many kickers. You're going to go with the one that has, the most, that gives you the most money. I
don't agree with that either. I don't necessarily think that this is. It is an attractive location for an UDFA, absolutely, because you just played in the championship game. I get that. But is it the place where people are wanting to play? Is it necessarily I'm going to go here? When you get to free agency, look at what we did. We had all the money in the world. And it's like, we're going to get this player, we're going to get that player.
You walk into a supermarket with nothing but rotten food on the shelf. You're not going to go spending it.
Yeah, see where I kind of disagree with Scott a little bit on that, because you made this point a few weeks back.
I did,
there's money involved too. So if you got another team that's offering a lot more money, than you were offering. It'd be different if what was that cornerback that DJ Reed? Okay,
DJ Reed.
Listen, Detroit's a very desirable place too, and if they
absolutely
they were offering a little bit more money
as a football player,
I'm going to go ahead and pick Detroit. But both these places, it doesn't mean it's the less desirable place. I'm just saying, hey.
I think the chance to play with Jaden Daniels is standing out, and I think
I appreciate Peters saying, you know what, I'm not going to go into a bidding war if he's got a set price on these free agents, and if they don't, take it, he's not going to go up, and I appreciate that.
Right.
And that's something there. What Scott G said there is because Adam Peters isn't a dumb fan that just foolishly spends. Well, call me. I am a dumb fan. We know the first rule.
Scotty wants fucking everybody.
Oh, of course I do.
That's fine.
The minute someone's on the waiver wire, I'm like, what about this guy?
Everybody deserves talking about.
Scott G, you should see our chat sometimes.
Honestly, man.
Everybody deserves.
Everybody that comes available, Scott's the first person. 10 seconds later, if it comes on the wire, he's like, hey, he's available. Well, we should fucking pay him $25 million. And it's a third string cornerback.
Just be thankful I'm not the cap guy because we have no money constantly being purgatory.
Scott was the cap guy. Let me tell you this. Right
yeah, he will be.
Scott would be cutting the guy he signed last week to cut the guy that just became available today. Yeah. That's what Scott would be like. Yeah, it's nice to have you. See you later. All right.
Yeah. Speaking of $15 million on dead money next year, fine. We don't need it anyways. We got Jaden Daniels.
Cross that bridge when you get there, right?
Exactly.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, we've been on this show for an hour and a half, and we've had a nifty mock draft, which I made a mockery out of it, which is fine with me, and that's why I only got a B. But I feel as though because I've never done a mock draft, because I do think they're fucking stupid.
They are stupid.
The fact is that I got a B,
and that's going to be my first article.
And to be fair, you don't really know a lot of the prospects either.
I don't have time to pay attention to all of it as much as a lot of people do. I'm not a draftnik, and that's for sure. I like to watch it, but because really I like to watch it to find out how many of them are coming from a background where his mother was shot holding up a ice cream truck and he grew into a football player just to, or whatever. They always have a horrible story for these guys. And I'm there for all that. Just a promo. We are kicking off bleedingburgundy.com. And we're going to have many writers come in, and we're going to blog and write articles. And my first article, it should be out sometime next week, is about how fucking stupid mock drafts are. And we just wasted an hour and a half.
It's a waste of time. I fucking hate them. This was the first and last mock draft that I've done this year. I only do it for this show. This is our second annual mock draft palooza. But if we're really if we sit back and think about mock drafts and how, I see so many people waste so much time. But I get the allure about it. You kind of want to see where these players are falling. But the one thing about it is, we don't fucking know shit.
If you've got 15 minutes to waste while you're taking a dump, it's fine.
Yeah, I get it.
There's other people that are out there. Like I was thinking about George Carmi. This dude is a draft guy, right? And he sits back and he does his homework and he studies it. And I pay attention to guys like that because they do give me insights on things that I don't have time to do what he's doing. And, so he does it for me. And I listen to what he's got to say. So, people that like to do that kind of thing, I'm not going to besmirch him or laugh at him or like that. Quite honestly, it is just the fact that I don't have enough room in my brain for all of this college, everything that I've got to keep in mind to just kind of pay attention to the draft. It's one thing if we're picking in the top 10, then it's a little bit easier to get. I don't want to say interested, but it's a little bit more easy to get an opinion for me. But at 29, fuck if I know. I don't fucking know. Well, I don't care what 1 through 28 does. I couldn't care less. Go ahead, pick Shedeur Sanders.
I know
he's gonna bust like a fucking egg, but go ahead and pick him.
I know you won't be smirching laughing, but I will, because the funny thing, a couple of years ago, I heard about this mock draft competition.
I don't know, man. George is pretty big. I ain't laughing at him.
Fucking seriously. And the laughing is in good fun too. Seriously, there's this mock draft competition done by analysts, NFL analysts. and it's for bragging rights, but it's pretty big. And Big Ben Standing has won it twice, and this is nationwide for like NFL reporters.
Gee.
But the thing about it is, the winner only gets like 3 right out of like one round.
Right.
We're wrong. We are wrong about everything. We don't know what, like, we're not in these war rooms with these owners. We don't know what they actually think about their roster, who they think is upcoming, who they think is going to play a bigger role this year. So it's all speculation, and it's a mania, and the NFL is just raking in on it. You know,
we love it.
People just spend more time with it.
Sure. I mean, I don't mock draft or anything like that, but I do look at the little films that people put up, and I do listen to some podcasts that'll tell me a little bit about it. I just don't have the brain space to keep track of it all. And so that's what other folks do for me. They keep track of it all, and they teach me.
I listen. We have friends that have podcasts, and I listen to them. I support them and stuff. But listen, what's his name?
Bunch of morons.
Look, Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor. Love Josh Taylor, but Jesus Christ, man, he doesn't know any more than me or you when it comes to this.
I'll tell you what he does know how to do. He knows how to go, I got something. Wait till you see. Watch what's going to happen. And then when it does, he goes, see?
Okay.
This is the one I was talking about.
But, like,
Josh
those were full-time jobs.
Josh is moving to Virginia. And he's pissed off because he's going to leave his haircut, or he's going to leave his barber behind. Dude,
if you have a full-time job,
any homeless person,
and you do this shit on the side, I'm less likely going to listen to what you have to say than those that are full-time NFL analysts and get paid for it. If that makes sense.
They don't know. They know just as much as anybody else.
Who the hell is Mel Kiper anyway?
He's Mr. Wrong. He just knows everybody. That's the thing that makes them a draft expert. The thing about Mel Kiper that's amazing, and by the way, for everybody that's going to make fun of him in the next 2 weeks,
I love Mel.
Remember, Mel is why we are here doing this. The draft was Mel is why we are here. Mel took the draft and turned it into something. Mel, he comes from Baltimore, and as if you couldn't hear it in his accent, but he was listed in the phone book. You could call him up on the damn telephone, and he would talk draft with fucking anybody. The thing about Mel Kiper is, I don't care who it is. He's fucking some goddamn 4th string safety from Upper Appaloosa Tech. Let me pull up. He's got that guy. He's got it.
He's got a Rolodex in his head that must be endless.
It's incredible.
Yeah, But
it's
funny. Was that the Colts, by the way?
Oh yeah, that said who the fuck did he know? Yeah, Bill Poland, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it's
who the hell is he?
Look, I mean, some of these guys like a Mel Kiper, that's their blood. That's what they do all day and every day. That's why they have more information than any of us. So
and they have a staff helping them too. That's a big thing.
So. Like Scott Hartley, I love you like a fucking brother, but I give 2 shits about who you're picking on your mock draft.
Who got the F today? Who got an F in the mock draft today? Let me see. Where was I going with all of that? Good grief, I'm fucking lost in this thing. Who got the F today?
Me.
Scotty Hartley.
Big boy.
There he is.
Muscle man. Big boy beach party.
Big boy beach party. I like the back cover, which is the insult that made a man out of Mac. That old freaking thing that was in the comics.
Because chances are, our first pick, if we pick 29, is going to be someone that we did not even think about.
And Josh Taylor will go, see, I told you, there it is, right there.
If it was you, then would you definitely be? Let's do like 50 chip or 100 chips or whatever. What are you thinking trading? Are you going to trade out of the first?
If there's an opportunity to trade,
it's going to massively piss me off because I'll be waiting all night and then it's suddenly we've traded.
You'll be there though.
Yeah, I mean,
that would, dude. If they do, that would be great. If we heard,
I think there's one thing we can all.
That would be wonderful. For fuck's sake.
One thing that we can all agree on is Adam Peters.
Sounds like there's some hooligans down near the front there, Bob. You got anything on that?
Me and Scott's just. That's right. We're fucking standing here all night,
throwing beer around and shit.
What's this shite?
Can't take them anywhere.
Got it here all night, for fuck's sake.
Come on, stand in the cold and what the fuck?
Oh shit!
All right, with that, I think we're done. I know Jesse
me
was trying to
too.
make a point, and we just
Sorry, Jesse.
Yeah, all I was saying is I think we can all agree is that Adam Peters is going to try to get more picks.
Yes.
So
And always remember, fans are stupid. We
That's
really
it.
don't know. We really don't know. And if those of you who are new to the podcast, because I see a bunch of people just came in the last half hour, like always happens, nice to see you. And we were talking about Scouse there. Scouse is Scotty's friend. He used to play for the Lions back in the day. There he is. He was a center back in the 1960s. So. All right, for everybody that's still hanging on with us there, we will see you later. Scott, I want to see the scorecard from the Riviera Lanes when you and Scouse go bowling in Green Bay. Tell you what, you really want to have a fun time. Just go out there on Google Earth and just drop down into Green Bay and walk around.
Honestly,
Scott G's like, this is a metropolis. I tell you what, it's like a ghost town. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people there, but goddamn, it is like a fucking prairie town. All right, then. Let me put the music on so that we can officially get the fuck out of here. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The first ever, second ever, whatever, how many ever. This is the second annual Bleeding Burgundy podcast mock draft. I got a B. I'm very proud of that. Jesse got a B plus because he gave the fucking teacher a hand job, and Scott got a B plus because everybody thinks he sounds smart. It's just
I think he got a B, didn't he? Was it a B or a B plus?
B plus. He did walk away with the only F of the program. So way to go.
No,
on
I
that.
think you got an F too, didn't you, John?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't make any trades.
We will be back after the draft is over with, so nothing next week.
I think we might just come on when the draft is on and see if we can't get Scotty to pop up with us.
Yeah, I'll pop on. I'll pop on.
Yeah, we can. You want to do like Saturday? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to be at a big bike show in North Carolina, but I'll be able to pop. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
If we can go Saturday, probably 11, maybe 12 o'clock. Would be ideal sort of time on Saturday because that is when we're on stage.
Oh, all right, you're on stage.
It starts at 11.
Awesome. Scott, just turn the phone around. Just show it. If we had the stage on while you're up there, that would be awesome.
Central time. What's that? So that'd be
that's an hour before us, or an hour later than us.
So that'd be 11 your time then, probably.
Works for me. All right, then. So Scotty's getting ready to board an airplane and fly to Atlanta, where he's going to hang out for 5 hours. If anybody wants to roll a couple of British people, they're going to be down there in Concourse B, loaded with cash because they're traveling. So, take your shot at them.
What's that?
Yeah, I know. Well, you remember your adventure with the card here in DC?
I don't, man. I've got a new one, so it should be okay.
I hope so. All right, we might be on draft day. Who knows, man? Or not Thursday night. Who the hell knows? We don't know what the fuck we're going to do. We might be there, but you can go to bleedingburgundy.com and you can take a look at all the fun stuff that we're having.
Correct. Yeah.
And hey, man, until the next time that we see you, we'll see you.